Okay, so till now we completed all the mappings and all, and yesterday we were talking about the legal regulation. So let's complete the legal regulation again, because that is the most important thing in the GTS. Okay, in every application area, in every sub module, that legal regulation will be required. So let us understand how legal regulation is getting determined. So, okay, let me go into the SAP again. So, we talked about this communication, general setting we talked about, and then we talked about org structure, partner structure, document structure, already we talked about. Now we are in the legal regulations. So, when we talk about legal regulation, the definition of the legal regulation is what? It's ultimately what are the different regulation which needs to be followed by your business, right? What are the different regulation that needs to be followed by your business? So now when I say business, because we are doing the business in different countries, right? So now when I am creating a sales order or we are creating a purchase order, so depending upon the transaction, if I am creating the sales order, from where I am doing the business, departure country I am doing the business, right? When I'm creating the purchase order, from where I am doing the business, the destination country where I am receiving, I am doing the business. Okay. So legal regulation depends upon from which location you are doing the business. Okay. So in case of sales order, it's a departure country. It can in case of purchase order, it's a destination country. So normally, legal regulation can be determined by the country level as well. But okay, now we will understand. Okay, what is legal regulation? It's a simple that okay, for okay whether we want to do the SPL check or not. Okay, that's a legal regulation, right? There is a specific legal regulation for SPL, sanction party list screening. Okay, so if we want to do the checks for sanction party list screening, legal regulation for the SPL check should be activated. If we want to execute the embargo check, the legal regulation should be active for embargo check, right? So embargo is one regulation. Legal control is one regulation. SPL is one regulation. So there are different types of regulation. So whatever regulation, legal regulation we are going to be used, we have to activate that, right? And then system have to determine, like when you are creating a sales order, system have to determine what are the legal regulation activated. Two different things, understand, na? When I am creating a sales order, Acha, just a second. BTS 7. Oh, fine. Acha. So understand, when I am creating a sales order, system is creating a customs document. Okay. Now this customs document got created in the GTS system with the help of all those previous configuration that we did. The body activation, the mappings, all those things is done, right? But now here, once this is done, then the first job of the system will be to find out what are the active legal regulation is there, and how the system will understand what are the active legal regulation is there, what are the active legal regulation is there, or for at least your sub area, right? So that is what is configured here basically. So here we are making a strategy that okay, by following this strategy, system will be finding out the active legal regulation. Okay, so now अब अगर तुम लोग सोचोगे कि ओके एक्टिव लीगल रेगुलेशन कैसे डिटरमाइन करेगा, तो नाउ I have 5 legal regulation. Okay, I have 5 legal regulations in my system. Now, अब सोचो कि when you are creating a customs document, among this 6 legal regulation, how the system will understand which is your legal regulation which needs to be followed for your customs document. Understand? These are the 6 total number of regulation is this 6. Okay, but how the system will understand that okay, what is your legal regulation? What is your active legal regulation is there? That is where the process is coming. Okay, now I can tell to the system that okay, you find out the legal regulation by country, right? That okay, India equal to this legal regulation, this legal regulation. I can say no, 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 fine. If it is not found, okay, then you find country grouping. Okay, country grouping. I I I will be setting up this country of grouping, right, ma'am? This country grouping needs to be created first. Okay, इसको बनाना पड़ेगा ना, इसको बना करके we have to add all those countries we have to add, right? Then जा करके अब मैं क्या बोलूंगा कि भैया ये ग्रुप ऑफ कंट्री होगा, इंडिया, बांग्लादेश, मलेशिया, देन ये लीगल रेगुलेशन फॉलो होना चाहिए, ये लीगल रेगुलेशन होना चाहिए, ये भी होना चाहिए. देयर कुड बी मल्टीपल, राइट? देयर आर लीगल रेगुलेशन दैट नीड टू बी फॉलोड. और भी हो सकता है. आई कैन से कि इंडिया टू कंट्री ग्रुपिंग, कंट्री ग्रुपिंग दिस वन. दैट मीन मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि इंडिया से ये ग्रुप ऑफ कंट्री में अगर माल जाता है तो ये सब लीगल रेगुलेशन. तो देयर आर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटजीज, राइट? आई कैन टेल टू द सिस्टम कि भैया ये लीगल रेगुलेशन होना चाहिए, दिस शुड बी द लीगल रेगुलेशंस. If it is India specific to country, this should be these are the legal regulation that is to be followed, might be. If it is if no detail found here, then system will come here. System will check based on the country grouping. If this is the country group, this is the legal regulation will be followed. No detail found, then system will. This is the kind of a access sequence or condition table, right? Which needs to be set. That is what we are doing here. So these are the prerequisites, right? They are creating the country grouping and then assigning the country to country groupings. They are assigning the countries to country groupings. Okay. Point is done. This is the prerequisites of the legal regulation determination configuration. Now here we are defining the legal. Okay, what are the different legal regulations are there? So we can define the legal regulation. You will already have all the SPL legal regulation, legal control. You can copy and save it again. Right? So here in this case, if I am opening this, I shall leave about this. You know that as of now. So this legal regulation is done, right? Now coming to here. Till now, we just did the prerequisites and then defined the legal regulations. Now, with this two step, we are going to make a strategy that how system will find out the legal regulations. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating one procedure. Understand? I'm making a strategy in this step that okay, by what process system will find out the legal regulations. You can see it's a procedure, okay, and inside the procedure, nothing, not much, right? Now I will be going here. Ultimately, what? There is a procedure, and that procedure have the strategy. The procedure and this procedure has a strategy. Here it is. Now in this strategy, you will be putting those condition tables kind of thing. Condition table kind of thing you will be putting here. Now you can see the first on country level. If no detail found, then country to country level. If not, I can add more. I have ultimately I have these parameters. I have these parameters and I can just add and do the sequence. So system will try to find out first on this level, country level. If no detail found, then country to country. So understand, here we are making the strategy. By this step, I'm not telling to the system what will be the legal regulation. By this step, I'm telling to the system that how to find out the legal regulation. What is the strategy? So, country level you have to find out. If no legal regulation found, then country to country level. If no legal regulation found, then third number, then fourth number, right? Whatever strategy you will be creating. So in this step, I'm not at all making any like I'm not telling any system that this will be the legal regulation. No, here I'm just telling him that this is the strategy you have to follow. So after this, this is the step we are into the system. Acha, okay. So in this case, we are telling okay. By legal regulation, where I am assigning okay on country level. Like suppose ultimately, this is a kind of a condition record kind of thing, right? Earlier step was a condition table. If we try to link it with SD, and this is a kind of a condition record where I am telling on country, okay, on country, these are the legal regulations are there. This is by legal regulations. So suppose I am clicking on here. By if this is a legal regulation, so India, right? So system will come and check, okay, India, then this is the legal regulation will be followed. Because and we have told the system what is the strategy on country level system will try to find out. On country level, this is the legal regulation is active as of now, right? This is the legal regulation which is active as of now. If no detail found, then system will come here. System will come here. But you will see here there is no record. Here there is no record. So system will go next, 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 next. Whatever, I think we had given only two, country to country and country to country group. System will not come here basically. System will only check on these things only. Country, country to country, country to group, country group. So that is how system will try to find out the legal regulations. Okay. So in this step, we have tell to the system that, okay, this is the strategy that you need to follow. We have made an procedure. Okay. We have made an procedure. Okay. These are the different procedures which are available, and every procedure will have a one strategy. By following that strategy, you can get the legal regulation. But magar understand, till now we have not told to the system what procedure needs to be followed. I have lot of procedures, right? See, I have lot of procedures, but system कौन सा procedure follow करेगा? Which procedure will be followed by the system? Every procedure will have a different strategy. I have just made a procedure and a strategy, right? And in this, I just maintain if this will be the legal regulation on country level. Uh, uh, Ultimately, I have assigned the legal regulation, right? On a country level, this is the legal. On this level, there could be a multiple legal regulation by country. If this step you will be seeing, it is not by country, it is by legal regulation. This is the legal regulation. I'm telling this is for India. So this is for India. System will determine this as well in that case, right? If your country is there, then you will have this legal regulation, okay? And then again, this is for another country. So I have lot of procedures. Okay, from the procedure, system will understand what strategy to be followed. But I have lot of procedures. We have to tell to the system भाई कौन सा procedure follow करना है. ये सेट समझ में आ गया. This is fine. I have a procedure. I have a legal regulation. मैंने इसमें बताया क्या strategy follow करना है और वो इसमें बताया क्या strategy follow करके क्या legal regulation मिलेगा. By following this strategy, what will be the legal regulations? But I have lot of strategies. I have not told to the system what strategy, what procedure to be followed. So that is what needs to be maintained in the application areas. Understand? यहाँ पे हम लोग ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि कौन सा प्रोसीजर फॉलो करना है. यहाँ पे हम लोग जस्ट प्रोसीजर बना रहे हैं, प्रोसीजर का स्ट्रैटेजी बना रहे. वी आर मेकिंग द प्रोसीजर, वी आर मेकिंग द स्ट्रैटेजी इन द प्रोसीजर, बट एंड वी आर टेलिंग कि this will be the legal regulation for this country, this will be the regulation for this group of country, all this thing we are telling, right? But we are not telling here that what procedure needs to be followed to get the legal regulation. That is where we will be talking on the application area configuration. Application area configuration. So this is done. We are done with this step, right? Now we will be starting the next chapter, that is the compliance management. And inside the compliance management, that's a sub module, right? Now inside the compliance management, we have embargo check, we have sanction party list screening, and we have legal control. जैसा कि मैंने बताया था earlier, we had discussed earlier, right? Embargo, SPL, legal control. Now I am opening the defined reason for dealing block document and business partner. So this is just defining the reasons. That's it. Hmm. Just a reason, nothing else. So fine, we will be coming here later. Hmm. So coming to embargo check now. So now understand the first step. See, the first step, what is telling? It is telling assign determination procedure for active legal regulation. See, if I go ahead here, there is only one procedure. Understand? There is only one procedure is there. We had have a lot of determination procedure, right, to find out what will be the legal regulation. So in the general setting, we can create the procedure, we can assign the strategy, we can assign the legal regulation, that if this is the country, this is the legal, these are the legal regulations. But what procedure is to be followed will be assigned here. That for embargo regulation, here we are assigning what procedure will be followed, basically. Understand? So this is the legal regulation which needs to be followed for embargo check. So now I have for embargo check, I have only one legal regulation. Okay. So now this is done. Now I am coming activate legal regulation. Activate legal regulation. See? Again, for embargo check, okay, for embargo check, now we can activate. It's the same thing, but specific to embargo here. This is specific to embargo, right? So now specific to embargo, I know the procedure, which procedure to be followed. Here we have already activated the procedure, right? By following this procedure, system will come here basically, activate me. अभी तुमको तो you already told to the system के how you will be finding out in that procedure. If I will go inside that procedure, what was the procedure? ये procedure था, right? इसको अगर मैं देखता हूँ जाकर के general settings में, if I go on the general settings, okay, and go on the legal regulation, के अंदर जाता हूं मैं, तो सी इट इज व्हाट, कंट्री टू कंट्री लेवल इट इज। तो सिस्टम विल ओनली चेक द कंट्री टू कंट्री लेवल की इस कंट्री टू कंट्री लेवल पे कौन कौन सा लीगल रेगुलेशन एक्टिव है, राइट। नाउ कंट्री टू कंट्री लेवल, अब मैं जाता हूं वापस यहाँ पे, इफ आई गो ऑन एक्टिवेट लीगल रेगुलेशन, राइट, सिस्टम विल चेक ऑल दिस लीगल रेगुलेशन माइट बी, कंट्री टू कंट्री लेवल पे कौन सा है, ये वाला है, नहीं है, गो बैक अगेन, ये वाला है, नहीं है, go back. So system will try to find out by country to country level only because we have make the strategy on the country to country level. अब इसमें से जो भी legal regulation उसको मिलेगा इस level पे, that will be the legal regulation that needs to be followed for the embargo check. ठीक है, इस लेवल पे whatever, अभी वहां पे मैं और भी स्ट्रेटेजी दे सकता था कि इस लेवल पे अगर नहीं मिलता है तो इस लेवल पे चेक करो, राइट, इसमें नहीं होता इसमें चेक करो, it depends, right, but we have made only this one, this country to country, and that's it. तो इसमें जो भी ये सब लीगल रेगुलेशन में जो भी एक्टिवेट होगा, that legal regulation we will be following, right. Now the most important thing, अभी देखो मेन चीज आ जाता है, चलो अब by following all these steps you got the legal regulation, right, what legal regulation to be followed ultimately, वो मिल गया लीगल रेगुलेशन, नाउ यू विल बी कमिंग हियर, अब सपोज सिस्टम फाइंड आउट दिस लीगल रेगुलेशन माइट बी एम्बार्गो, सपोज दिस वन एम्बार्गो फॉर यूएस, system just find out this is the legal regulation that will be there for legal control. Now I am going inside this, see, so there is some configuration out there for the embargo here basically. So ultimately ये जो legal regulation है ये follow होगा, right, and inside this legal regulation I have certain, I can give a partner group of import, partner group of export, it is nothing but a partner determination procedure, understand, in GTS they called as a partner group, so partner group for import, partner group for export, okay. Now जब भी तुम्हारा ये ब्लॉक होगा, सिस्टम विल थ्रो एन ईमेल, ठीक है, email when document is blocked kind of thing, okay. Now here activation intercomment. This is like when you will be releasing it. Comment डालने का option होगा. Specify reason. All those things will be there. Like whenever you will be releasing it ultimately. जब भी तुम लोग release करोगे, तो all those things will be there. ठीक है. And response to document block, warning, error. I think incompleteness check in the custom document. अच्छा. So this is ultimately the incompleteness check. What will be the response if the system document will be incomplete, message category incomplete, so whether a system will give a error message or warning message like that, okay. So this is just a settings of the legal regulations. एक second, it's calling me.
बस एक एम्बार्गो के लिए लीगल रेगुलेशन चेक करना, मतलब मैं थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं हो पाया। एम्बार्गो मीन्स कंट्री जिसको हम लोग बिजनेस नहीं कर सकते, एक्सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकते, राइट, ब्लैक लिस्टेड कंट्रीज। तो उसका लीगल रेगुलेशन चेक करना, मतलब मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा यहाँ पे।
नहीं, उसका लीगल रेगुलेशन नहीं है, ठीक, एम्बार्गो, एम्बार्गो करना है कि नहीं करना है, एम्बार्गो चेक, अंडरस्टैंड, whether we
ओके
want to do the, how the system will understand कि एम्बार्गो चेक करना है कि नहीं करना है, तो एम्बार्गो चेक का लीगल रेगुलेशन अगर एक्टिवेट रहेगा तभी तो करेंगे, नहीं व्हाई विल वी डू दैट।
ओके, समझे समझे, गॉट इट गॉट, समझ।
तो here it is ultimately कि this एम्बार्गो का लीगल रेगुलेशन अगर मिला, Okay, then only the embargo check will be done. Otherwise, embargo check will not be done. Okay. So by following all these stories, okay, we understood that okay, how to find out the legal regulation. Okay. In the general settings, we have make the procedure strategies, and then we have assigned the legal regulations as well. Okay, but final legal regulation we needs to be find out ultimately by the application areas, because in the application area we are ultimately telling to the system that this is the procedure that needs to be followed, right? I can create a 10 procedure, but until and unless I am not telling to the system that which procedure to be followed, system will not be able to find out the legal regulation. Inside the application area, embargo check, I have telling, okay, this is the procedure that needs to be followed. Now, by following this procedure, system will get, okay, country level, this is the legal regulation, country to country level, this is the legal regulation. I told country to country. Now, on the country to country, system will get, these are the legal regulations, right? So normally, for embargo, it will be only one legal regulations might be. So system will get the legal regulation finally from here. Now, once the system will find the legal regulation, system will come here basically, and then system will go on the control settings. I am expecting there are more configurations, obviously. GMBP. Hmm. Partner grouping is the same things. Same here. There are more configuration in the control setting as I remember, but only 3 is there in the control setting. There should be more. Fine. So system will get the final the legal regulation, right, for the control for the embargo check. Now let me open SAP SLL menu underscore legal. ये कोड जो है ना, तो यहाँ पे we will talk about compliance management, right? Compliance management, SPL, legal control, we are talking about. अच्छा, ये सब कुछ तो एक ही में मिल जाएगा. Let's talk about the export one. So यहाँ पे embargo. So you can see in the embargo, you have lot of documentations. Okay, lot of things that needs to be done. So now understand from the configuration system will get the legal regulations, right? What will be the legal regulation that needs to be followed? We from the SPRO settings we got the legal regulation for the embargo check now. Okay, that is activated. Now, if you will see here, as I told, this is a common T code for the SAP GTS, which you need to remember. This is the very common T code that needs to be remembered, basically. Okay, everything is there in this T code. Only SPRO will be required one time, but this will be required every time. Now you can see release billing document. That means this is a business transaction as well, right? This is a business transaction where user can come and release the block document. They can just find out, okay, what are the block documents are there, and they can release it from here. Okay, released block document, released block payments. Even apart from the transaction, right, even the payment transaction also can be integrated for this GTS. Like suppose I should not do the financial transaction as well with this embargoed country. right? So then the payment is also coming into picture. Display release document, display release payments, like it's just a list of the document which was released. Analyze reason for release. If you will go here, you will get, okay, why whenever the people will be releasing, they will be putting the comments, right? Okay, so those details you will be getting it here. Analyze reason for release. Okay. Business partner with embargo situation. So here we will be getting all the details, that okay, these are the business partners which is right now with the embargoed situation. That means might be those business partners created for those countries, right? That will also be blocked. So we can see those things. Okay. Now coming to maintain country specific information. Here from the we will be coming here. Maintain, suppose I am just executing it. See, change country. Let me go inside this. All the list of the country is maintained here. Country specific information. Okay. All the list of the country is maintained here. But understand, here we have a tick. देख लो यहाँ पे ये क्या है? तुम्हें बताना पड़ेगा. You have to tell to the system that okay भाई, this is the list of the embargoed country. समझ रहे हो? Otherwise, how the system will understand this? To this country, we should not do the business with. You have to give the list of the country to the system. That by this, these are the embargoed country. That is what we are doing here. In this step, we are telling to the system. In this step, we are telling to the system that these are the embargoed countries. Right? These are the embargoed countries. Right? So now if I click here, I am maintaining the list of the embargoed country. But this is not the list of the embargoed country. Understand? यहाँ पे तुमको सारा कंट्री मिल रहा है. See, भाई इतना सारा कंट्री तो एम्बार्गो में नहीं होगा, राइट? सो यहाँ पे एक चीज है ना कि यू हैव टू मेंटेन ऑल द कंट्रीज हियर. यू हैव टू मेंटेन all the countries here. But while maintaining the country, you have to activate this embargo check and valid from valid to date. That means this is not at all the list of the embargoed country. No, right? Inside this country, you are maintaining this embargo and then valid from valid to date. So this will determine that your country is embargo or not. This will not. Even if you don't maintain this country here, system will not be able to determine, right, that your country is embargoed or not. समझो. Even if I don't maintain a list, my country here, suppose, the system will not be determining, right, that your country is embargoed or not. So you are maintaining all the list of countries and then you are giving an embargo tick, and through this system is understanding that okay, this is a country which is embargoed. Okay, so in this step we are doing that activity. अब बताओ, this activity will be business activity or IT activity. Whether this activity will need a transaction or not.
ये बिजनेस बोलेगा ना कि कौन सा एम्बार्गो टिप होगा.
And इसके लिए टीआर लगेगा कि नहीं लगेगा? Whether we need टीआर or not.
टीआर नहीं लगेगा.
Exactly. So these are, ये जो ट्रांजैक्शन में है, जो भी एक्टिविटी है, all these activity is not a TR activity.
ये तो शायद मतलब मेरे ख्याल से वो ईआर एंड वाला एक्टिविटी ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा.
It's a kind of, yes, not only this, but this transaction code, whatever activity that we are doing, it's a kind of a master data activity that we are doing here. These are the master data for GTS, right? In this, we are telling to the system, okay, these are the countries where I should not do the business with if the embargo is stick there, right? Now this is done. We are done with this. Now coming to here, legal regulation, country of destination. Okay, legal regulation, country of departure. So this is for export, this is for import, I can say. right? This is for export and this is for import. I'm going inside this. Now, suppose I put the legal regulation. You can see here. See? This is more interesting now. ये और interesting अभी हो गया. कैसे interesting हो गया? How this got interesting? See. In this step, generally country specific information. ठीक है? Country specific information. देखो, understand. We have lot of countries there, right? Now there will be a country which is embargo. Generally Russia is embargo. That's fine. But might be India is not doing any business, but some country is doing still with the business with Russia, right? Russia is embargo, but might be India is not doing the business, but his neighbor countries is helping them, might be with the weapons, whatever. So that means, embargo. When I say embargo, it depends what kind of embargo it is. What kind of embargo it is. तो एम्बार्गो मतलब चलो एम्बार्गो मतलब ओके आई शुड नॉट डू द बिजनेस. अब इसमें तोड़ना पड़ेगा हम लोग. वी हैव टू बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक. I can say that okay, I can export, I should not export, but I can import. There could be many scenarios. Russia is embargoed country. I should not do the export, but I can import. Right? I can say, okay, I should not supply all those products, weapons and all, but I should supply foods and drugs. I should be able to supply the drugs. It's fine. Means medicines, right? And foods. That's a general thing. It doesn't matter if it's an embargoed country or not. So that is where the partial embargo is coming into picture. Right? So when we say fully embargo, I should not do anything with them. When I say financial embargo, that means there should not be, I can supply the food. I can supply the product, but I should not do any payment or receive any payment. That's a financial embargo. If I want to supply food free of charge, I can, but I should not do any financial transaction. That's a financial embargo, right? So now I should be able to export but not import. That's a partial embargo. I should be able to export some product but some not. That's a partial embargo. Now for India, it is embargoed country, but for Pakistan, it is not. Might be, right? So that is where these steps are coming. Okay, understand that ये तो मैंने general maintain कर दिया. We have made this very general. Okay, maintain country specific information. I maintained all the list of the countries. Okay, and tell them generally this country is embargoed country. Generally. Okay. Now I'm coming to a system will not get and finalize from here. Understand? It is just a general. If I don't do this, then system will do it. That's fine. System will first come here. Okay. If no result found, even if the result found, system will come here as well. That's fine. Okay. So this is the thing that ultimately final system will finalize that okay, this is the embargoed country. Because what? Understand? Again, मेरा जो सामने वाला कंट्री एम्बार्गो है या नहीं है, ये डिपेंड करता है, राइट? कि अगर मैं इफ आई टॉक्ड अबाउट द सेल्स ऑर्डर, ओके, तो द कंट्री इज एम्बार्गोड और नॉट, इट डिपेंड्स दैट फ्रॉम वेयर आई एम डूइंग द बिजनेस. From where I am doing the business. If I am doing the business from India, might be Pakistan is a embargoed country. But if I also have my warehouse in the another country, like suppose I also have in India, I also have in Dubai, right? So if I have one plant in India, I have one plant in Dubai. Now, if I want to supply some product to Pakistan, I can't because that's an embargoed country. But I can from Dubai, right? So whether the country is embargoed or not, it also depends upon from where you are doing the business. Understand? From where you are doing the business. So if I am doing the business from India, Pakistan is embargo, but from Dubai, it is not, right? So that is where this step is coming. So as we understood that the first thing that system will be doing, system will find out the legal regulation for the embargo. For the embargo, system will find out the legal regulation. So now legal regulation will be one, right? For embargo, there will be a one specific legal regulation, right? Like, okay, if I am doing this, there could be a multiple as well, but normally it will be one. Okay. So on my country level, okay, the country from where I am doing the business, system will find out what will be the legal regulation, right? And now here, see, this is by legal regulation. So, if I am creating a sales order from Indian sales area, right? Indian sales area, so this legal regulation will be different, right? If I go ahead and execute it here, system will try to come here and find out the list of the countries by legal regulation. For India, might be I have legal regulation 199A. So might be for this legal regulation, my Pakistan country is embargoed. But now if I change, okay, I can't supply, then let's do one thing. Let's create an order from the Dubai sales area. Now I will be creating the sales order from Dubai sales area. Now for Dubai sales area, system will determine another legal regulation, right? Now for that legal regulation, Pakistan is not at all the embargoed country. That is where this step. In this step, we are maintaining the list of the countries which is embargoed or not by legal regulation. And this is ultimately, you can see, this is, here it is written clearly that this is legal regulation country of destination. मतलब एक्सपोर्ट के केस में ये वाला सिस्टम ये करेगा. Legal regulation will be find out based on the departure country, but embargoed country, obviously in case of export, embargo country will be determined by the destination country. The destination country क्या है, right? But in case of purchase order, opposite हो जाएगा. In case of purchase order, legal regulation कैसे determine होगा? Anyone? In case of purchase order,
डेस्टिनेशन वाला होगा.
एग्जैक्टली. सो इन केस ऑफ परचेज ऑर्डर, मैं बिजनेस कहां से कर रहा हूं? डेस्टिनेशन कंट्री से. तो लीगल रेगुलेशन विल बी फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम द डेस्टिनेशन कंट्री, बट एम्बार्गो कंट्री विल बी फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम द डिपार्चर. कहां से मैं इंपोर्ट कर रहा हूं, फ्रॉम वेयर आई एम इंपोर्टिंग, राइट? तो लीगल रेगुलेशन तो मेरा जहां से मैं धंधा कर रहा हूं वहां से system will try to find out, fine, I'm doing a business with this country, this is the legal regulation will be fully followed. But from where with which country I'm doing the business here? So it's Pakistan, right? So now Pakistan, for this legal regulation, Pakistan is the embargoed or not. So this will be for export, and this will be for import. Basically both are same, but by different legal regulation. एक एक्सपोर्ट के लिए यूज होगा, दूसरा इंपोर्ट के लिए यूज होगा. नाउ कमिंग टू हेयर, मेंटेन embargo situations.
भैया ये ऑर्डर मैनेजमेंट हो रहा है।
अरे तुम लोग का स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ, दिस इज डिफरेंट मॉड्यूल, SAP GTS हो रहा है। अच्छा फाइन। सो कितना बजा है तुम लोगों का? 10:06। अच्छा फाइन। सो व्हाट वी विल बी डूइंग, लेट्स resume it next week, okay, and then we will complete this thing. This is nothing but ultimately a kind of a maintenance of the all the countries here. मतलब इसको
क्या
जस्ट
हम
कोलेट।
लोग हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं क्या इसका? मतलब मेरे को लग तो नहीं रहा है कि इसका हैंड्स ऑन कुछ होगा।
इसका हैंड मतलब तुम जो जनरल सेटिंग सारा किया है, यू कैन डू इट। ऐसा
हाँ
नहीं कर सकते, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू डू। बट प्रॉब्लम है आईडी का। मैं सोहेल को बोलता हूँ कि क्या करना होगा आईडी का, बिकॉज ये सिंगल यूजर साइन ऑन है वाला।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
तो आई कैन नॉट शेयर, बट फाइन, आई विल आस्क हिम कि वेंडर का
तो
नंबर
हम
अगर।
लोग बस ऐसा हो सकता है हम लोग को अलग अलग ले ले ये
हाँ हाँ,
एक्सेल।
मैं बात करता हूँ, अगर नंबर दे देगा तुम ले सकते हो।
ठीक है।
ठीक है। अच्छा आईडी का थोड़ा जीटीएस का दिक्कत है ये। ठीक है, लेट्स सी। अच्छा तो फाइन, वी विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस लेटर। ठीक है, मेंटेन एम्बार्गो सिचुएशन, दिस इज ऐसा कुछ है नहीं इसमें, बट अल्टीमेटली वी हैव 99% वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द एम्बार्गो एप्लीकेशन एरिया। ओके, नेक्स्ट वीक वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग द SPL, सैंक्शन पार्टी लिस्ट स्क्रीनिंग। ठीक है, चलो एवरीवन, बाय।
ओके बाय बाय।
अनदर बैच ज्वाइन अगेन ना।